This video is about a pattern quietly happening in millions of marriages right now, and most men cannot name it, but every one of them has felt it. The question at the center is simple. Did she change, or did the marriage itself get redesigned around a lower standard, slowly and invisibly, without a single honest conversation about it? In this video, we will explain what relationship shrinkflation actually is, why honest conversations keep failing, what the avoidance is really costing both partners, and what it takes to break the cycle. If this question lives in you, the gap between who she was and who she has become inside the marriage, this video was made for you. Subscribe now and turn on notifications. This channel exists to have the honest conversations about modern marriage that most people are too afraid to have. Mark still remembers the first year of marriage, when every night ended the same way. No matter how late he worked or how tired he felt, he would find his wife already in bed, the soft glow of her reading light waiting for him. He'd slide in beside her, and she would reach for his hand or lean in for a quick kiss, sometimes playful, sometimes just a gentle brush of lips. There was a rhythm to it, a goodnight touch, a whispered check-in, a sense that the day wouldn't end until they'd made contact. Research shows that in the first year, most couples share some form of affectionate touch 3 or 4 times a week. For Mark, it was even more frequent, little moments of connection that felt automatic, not earned or negotiated. Back then, presence didn't need to be scheduled, and warmth didn't have to be requested. It was just there, woven into the fabric of daily life. Relationship shrinkflation starts quietly. The affection and partnership that defined the early years begin to thin out, almost imperceptibly at first. Researchers have traced this drift across thousands of couples, mapping how the daily rituals of touch, conversation, and shared decisions fade over time. In the first 12 months, couples typically split household labor evenly and share regular moments of connection. But by the second and third year, the numbers tell a different story. Affectionate touch drops by up to 25%, and the division of chores often shifts from a 50-50 balance to something closer to 70-30, with one partner, usually the husband, carrying more of the load. Emotional disclosure falls as well. Men report a 22% decline in how often they share their feelings after major life changes. Luis, a father of 2, describes it as paying the same price, but getting less back. These warning signs rarely arrive all at once. Instead, the relationship is quietly redesigned, one small compromise at a time. 5 moves show up again and again when conflict gets uncomfortable. Emotional flooding is the first. In nearly 3 out of 10 arguments, one partner becomes so overwhelmed, voice shaking and heart pounding, that real conversation shuts down. Anger escalation follows close behind, seen in about 34% of disputes. A small request turns into raised voices or accusations, pushing the original issue out of reach. The archive raid appears in 22% of couples. Suddenly, an old wound or past mistake is dragged into the present, clouding what started the fight. Passive aggression, including the silent treatment, and backhanded compliments, shows up in 31% of marriages, letting resentment leak out sideways. Finally, stonewalling. 27% of couples report one partner going quiet for 5 minutes or more, scrolling a phone or refusing to answer. Each move interrupts progress, and each is common enough to be recognized on sight. Burnout in marriage rarely announces itself. Instead, it builds as partners give more, financially and emotionally, yet feel less recognized. Over time, this imbalance leaves marks that research can measure. When stonewalling becomes routine, divorce risk rises by 2.3 times. Relationship depletion scores predict a 12% higher chance of divorce within a year. Therapists point to 3 forces at work: shame, which keeps problems hidden; avoidance, where each shutdown teaches withdrawal; and repeated deflection, which hardens emotional distance. Maya, married 12 years, says that it is not that she stopped caring. It is just that every conversation started to feel like a test she could not pass. The cost is felt in lost trust, growing silence, and hope quietly slipping away. Mark sits at the kitchen table, his voice steady but not cold. He says, "I can see this is emotional, and we still need to stay with what I raised. No accusation, no matching heat, just a calm, grounded line." He does not chase or retreat. When his wife's tone sharpens or the conversation veers, he repeats, "We are not moving on until we finish this. This is not about winning. It is about holding the line without escalating." In clinical trials, couples trained in scripts like this de-escalate conflict in about 70 to 78% of cases. Therapists call it repair, a simple, repeatable move that interrupts the spiral and keeps the conversation honest. The posture is patient, not punitive. Over time, this approach protects both partners from the slow drift into silence. A simple weekly check can help track whether shrinkflation is taking hold. The Shrinkflation Quick Index, called SQY, asks just 2 questions. First, how many times this week did you and your partner share affectionate touch? Second, how often did you initiate sex in the past 2 weeks? Add up your answers. If the total is 2 or less, research suggests your marriage is at high risk for ongoing drift. While the SQI has not been fully validated by large studies, it offers a practical early warning sign. Use it as a prompt for honest reflection, not a final diagnosis. Today, millions of men quietly sense the gap between what they give and what they get. Naming shrinkflation is the first step, because silence only deepens the trade. Your voice matters.